Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Former Top Gear star James May took to social media to label Pride flag bunting authoritative and oppressive. Pride Month takes place annually in June with Progress Pride rainbow flags decorating central London, including Regent Street, as members of the LGBTQ community proudly celebrate their identity and culture. However, as the fight for LGBTQ rights continues, not everyone is happy with the loud and proud representation of the queer community scattered across the capital. This includes the Grand Tour presenter James, who went on X to grumble about the bunting, despite admiring the movement his whole life. He then went on to make a bizarre parallel with the start World War II, which had alarming implications. He wrote, "Pride, while I have observed and admired what you have achieved over my lifetime, may I respectfully suggest that you are borderline guilty of too much bunting, TMB. It may be seen as authoritarian, and therefore oppressive. Please remember that some terrible things, with which you would not wish to be allied, began with TMB. World War II, for example. Pride, while I have observed and admired what you have achieved over my lifetime, may I respectfully suggest that you are borderline guilty of too much bunting, TMB. It may be seen as authoritarian, and therefore oppressive. Please remember that some terrible things, with which at pic.twitter.com/dsmcikkavf. Nice flag, though, he added. The Progress Pride flag includes colored stripes to represent the trans community, marginalized people of color and those living with HIV/AIDS. His caption was paired with an old photo of the rainbow-themed bunting. But when fans in the comments criticized the 61-year-old TV personality, he was quick to defend himself. Respectfully, comparing the LGBT community to Nazis is very offensive. Very disappointed, James, at Mither wrote, to which James responded, I haven't done that, though, have I? Elsewhere in the comments, then doubled down on his denial of this parallel. While at Lister Lawrence added, I hope you're not insinuating that somehow the LGBTQ community is somehow in danger of starting WW3 because of some rainbow flags, James? I'm not, no. Stand down, James replied. Although some praised the Cook presenter, with user at Serena_Patrick saying, definitely TMB. Another user at Alan Wilkinson NZ wrote, why on earth is anyone proud of their sexuality? Be proud of being a good person, achieving something worthwhile and making the world a better place rather. Plastering your flag all over the road doesn't do that. It's just overbearing or embarrassing, but many shared their outrage at James' remarks. It's ignorant of James to suggest that our visibility protest oppresses anyone, especially white cishet people who have never experienced oppression. At Thomas Willett 9 posted, it's always nice when straight people try to respectfully police our visibility during Pride Month. How many flags are we allowed to have? How many is too many? At Wayne David 81 questioned, just for you James, we'll stop flying so many flags when people stop wanting to eradicate us and our rights just for wanting to exist. Does that sound reasonable? https://t.co/ilr2ieasiers. It's not, of course, oppressive and authoritarian to suggest people should tone down how proud they are to be themselves. Noted. https://t.co/e9zin10jt2. This is not the first time the TV host has been called out for his questionable comments towards the LGBTQ community. In 2021, singer Will Young hit out against James and his fellow Grand Tour presenters Richard Hammond and Jeremy Clarkson for making jokes about a certain vehicle on the show being a gay man's car. At the time he called it a sad, shaming, and bigoted segment. Richard denied the claims by saying we're not remotely homophobic. Bridgerton key character has bisexual awakening in threesome scene, sending fans wild. Shelley King, I was 42 when I came out to my parents. Map shows most homophobic places, including one of UK's gayest cities. The Grand Tour star shares secret and defiantly states I can say anything I want now. James added, I hope we're always careful about the jokes we make, because we're not actually trying to alienate people or offend people. We make fun of people, but that's not quite the same thing, and we try to be inclusive in that everybody is equally open for mock